all.
So 6 a.m. I'm going to start the audio. Woke up at 5 o'clock, and we're looking at a surface of the moon that is active, right? It is definitely alive. There are people or creatures there. Like, I think it's something we don't understand. Okay? Quite honestly. I'm here to talk to you today about something very important, about the surface, and to show, of course, incredible UFOs lifting up off the surface and arriving to the surface, illuminating the sky around the moon. Here we can see the NASA footage where I want you to look at the surface. See those canopy-like objects? I'm going to explain to you that they're covers hiding the structures underneath. Yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Scary, right? Don't even know if they're going to leave the video up. There's one that we saw the last video, changing directions as it's lifting up. But I want you to notice where it's lifting up off from. Look at the canopies. When I say canopy, you know what a canopy is, over a bed, or it's to hide something. So, somebody drove through a road of trees that was canopied, right, by trees. Well, that's what I believe is going on there. That's the same surface I showed you in Sinus Iridum and Bianchini Crater. There's no difference with the surface that I showed, having properly showed the surface. It's exactly what they are seeing up there. All those objects, and like I said, all traveling the same direction. They are lifting up off of the surface, and like an airport, traveling all in the same direction. So there is some coordination up there on the moon, obviously. And if it's humans doing it, well, okay, but I don't know, maybe humans and aliens, but that's, again, it's besides the point. But the idea is that the entire surface is camouflaged. The entire surface. Lights appearing, lights disappearing, same things that NASA shows us, or that people leak from NASA videos, like the video we saw. Pretty sure it's not a video that they had mentioned very often, but still the same exact surface. The seriousness of it, my friends, is that the UFOs are hiding under, hiding under the lights. Look on the bottom. I'm telling you, that's where they are. There are canopies under that light too, where the smoke and hazes, they can come out at the end of the canopies and not be seen. They can travel a certain distance under the fog and hazes before lifting up elsewhere off the surface, so that we don't know exactly where they are lifting up. We have ghost-like creatures. I like both of them are here. On the right and on the left, we have those lights. This one is in the atmosphere, like with the other one, that's observing something on the surface, but we still see them there. The canopies that I showed you, let's go see it now. Bianchini and Sinus Iridum, there was no difference. We could see the canopies right there, the same things, this, same thing that we saw in the NASA footage, and we could see smaller objects mixed up, lots of them, thousands of them, amongst and between, and a lot smaller of all these canopied regions. And I assure you, they are canopied regions. If you don't know how the moon is made up of, like what elements and how they're hiding things, no one's going to understand it. I couldn't understand it myself. But the more you look at it, it becomes really obvious, really fast. Why do you think the large telescopes don't have beautiful work that they share on the moon of findings and, you know, close-ups of craters or the smokes, the hazes like I'm showing? It would be incredible. People would be so interested in that moon, right? What's this? Well, that's a UFO that's causing a light to appear all around the edge of the moon. Is it an explosion? What are they doing? What's lifting up off the surface? Panels on the surface. The UFOs are coming out of the bloody surface. That's exactly what's going on. Could be filled with UFOs. If we're seeing that many lights in the NASA footage too, way back at the beginning of the video, where we see them all in the same direction going somewhere, there has to be some type of war, or definitely something important dragging or hauling them over there. They wouldn't be going there for nothing. And when I say they, we don't know who the hell they are, that's for sure. Maybe hell does have something to do with it. Maybe heaven has something to do with it. That's what people tell me when they come here. Bruce, you're filming demons and angels. And I believe it. I believe it's possible. Entities, ghosts, aliens. It's pretty much the same thing, I think. Archimedes crater, we could see a strange haze on the surface, and we could also see those patchy regions. I believe some of these regions are vegetation, if not just canopies. Look at the canopies over on the right. It's objects built over top to hide something. Those objects themselves may not be the structures. It could be underneath those objects. This is Eratosthenes crater right at the end of the Apennine Mountains. No coordinates needed. Look it up. It's been there for like millions of years, they say. I don't know if the structures have been there for millions of years. If they have, how much would that change our story, guys? Can you imagine how everything would change? There's the object. There are the objects. You can see them lined up. It's a material built in line, but sort of offset for a reason, maybe not to look natural. I think it's deliberate. And this is what I'm coming to understand real fast, real fast. I thought of all this in the past. There were theories, but now, look at them. The canopies are right there. And they're leaving from those regions. The bases on the moon are those. Not what people are telling you the bases look like. Oh, we got a base on the dark side of the moon and they show you a base. I want to see it with my own eyes. And this side of the moon, I can see with my own eyes. Here are those patches around the craters. It's a natural shot, everybody. I didn't add the color. This is a telescope image of color and patchy green patches around the cratered regions. All of them. When the army sets up somewhere, and sometimes it's temporary, you could see these different canopies that they put up. It's a green camouflage top with holes to look like vegetation, when in reality it's just to stump people where the helicopter regions are, to pick up the sick, etc. Like in MASH, for Pete's sakes, right? Where the helicopters were. Look it up, the episode. You see when they run down to the helicopter, they have these canopies set up for people to be hidden from air raids, etc. So that's the structuring on the moon. It's real geometrical shapes. They're dugout regions. We're seeing signs of those patches on the edges of every bloody crater. And yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, trolls. I think there's vegetation on the moon. Lots of it. Oh yeah, lots of vegetation. I'm going to wait before talking about the Walmarts and Costco's. What do you think this is that I'm showing you? I'll tell you what, I know what you're thinking. You don't know me. And you're saying, if I made this up, I'm an asshole. And you're saying, if I didn't make this up, it's scary. And it really is. Check this out. We're going to look at this in detail. See that object rising up on the surface, the black object? What the hell do you think that is? There's a light that comes out at the end of it. Covers or something lifting up off the surface, hazes and smokes to hide them as they're lifting up off the surface. Yeah, I can imagine the secrets coming out in a very, very large way here on the channel, but nowhere else. So that's perfect. So that's what you're looking at, real UFOs coming to the edge of the moon. I'm trying to push this channel. If you just arrived, you know I'm going to ask you to subscribe because I love you for it and I appreciate it. And give your community something, and then you can ask for subscribers. If you don't give them back anything, or you're stumping them or trying to fuck them over, well, don't ask for subscribers. I'm asking for subscribers. I want this to be the largest space channel on YouTube in a couple of years, and I'm not going to stop until the truth comes out. There it is, black and white, lifting up off the surface. Have you ever seen somebody show you this? No? Well, stick around. What about fires on the surface? Why would a massive fire, which is, by the way, coming out of the end of something right now, it's because it's too dark for us to see it. Looks like a spray can of fire there. Eh? There it is going down to the surface, just floating in the atmosphere. Chemicals, what can it be? I show the truth of the moon. I'm an honest person. I expect to get thousands and thousands of people here interested in these findings, and along with me in the community, look for more. Up there sitting down in that bottom they brought everybody up in their belly party, and they coming here so soon. Yeah, aliens up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon, yes they are up there. Doesn't matter 'cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.